So my name is Omar Abasad. It is 7:47 p.m., August 19, 2019. So I've been posting some videos about being tracked, illegally tracked. And I posted a video just now. Well, I'm in the process of posting a video showing these these signals that is around my body, and more so when I'm in pain and when I'm sleeping, it happens more frequently. So, um, well, it seemed from my observation that when I'm stationary, these signals are more frequent. The spikes in the signals are more frequent, and the pulses of pain are more frequent and sometimes more intense. So I wake up in pain, and when I do, um, these um, these signals are very high. So I had used a very cheap detector. This was, you know, less than, I believe I paid exactly, I can't remember exact numbers, but GST, but around the $35 mark, maybe less. But the, the, the signals that the detector is picking up very roughly in this one is is corroborated with these numbers and these graphs. Um, this detector is less than $200. Um, I highly recommend it for not only targets, but because there are so many cell towers, cell phones, obviously, and the signals that's being used are being changed. Right now we're in 4G, so 5G is coming out, and there's already talk about 6G and so on. So um, these signals actually measure, these detectors actually measure, um, and I'm looking down now, and the signals are really high around me, as you can tell, and I'm in pain. When the when the signals are sustained, not only am I in pain, I get this crampy feeling. Um, it's uh, it's um, it's similar to the sensation of having your blood vessels constricted, which is probably exactly what's going on, and and the heart is trying to force the blood through, so you get this crampy feeling. And maybe also because it's affecting the nerves as well, the nervous system. Um, so last night I had two huge heart palpitations, and for each one, the signals were high. The graphs had spikes, much like that. But with the palpitations, the readings, I didn't have it on this mode. It actually gave the readings, the actual readings, and the readings went up to about 600. So I'm going to leave the conclusions up to you, especially since I had comments outside, the contractors shouting outside. It's going to be a heart attack, and this time it's going to be real. And because I'm being pursued relentlessly to be mentally committed or charged. There's been two attempts already, and it's ongoing. And also, I'm being harassed outside the window about um, the cops signing an order to remove me. So put all that um, in context, and put this factor in. into that picture, and I'll let you draw your own conclusion. I mean, I don't want to be accused of being paranoid. Um, so I'm just going to make a comment about some of the conversations I hear outside the window. Very misogynistic slant to these conversations. Extremely rude, extremely insulting to women as a whole. Talk about rape, talk about murder, talk about stalking, talk about sending men into women. The idea is, of course, to degrade you. So if you send a lot of men in and women, because I heard I'm now bisexual, and thousands of people were sent into me. So the idea of saying all of these degrading things, making these comments, and most likely doing it for real remotely. The idea is to degrade and dehumanize you psychologically. The idea is to have you internalize that degradation. So um, I'm sure most people heard the comment, the saying that perception is what it's all about. It doesn't matter what the truth is, it's how you're perceived to be. So this is what this targeting program is all, um, is the foundation. This is the foundation of the targeting program. The whole idea is to run the campaign, the targeting campaign, to um, to demoralize and to defame. And together with that, as your image is degraded and you're being dehumanized and just and what they think is disgrace, their intention is to disgrace you in the public's eyes. So your life has no value. And the idea is for you to internalize the idea that your life has no value. So then you can sell yourself to anybody who comes along. Because behind all of this targeting is also the push to get you out of the workplace and you're not able to support yourself. So you'd have to subordinate your yourself. You have to be in a subordinate position with everyone who's with you and you have contact with, because they have the ability to further degrade you because you're a target. So this is all the conspiracy to keep you servile. It's a sexual enslavement program. It's also a labor enslavement program, because then you're constantly put in a position to give your services, whether it be labor or sex, if you choose to go along with the agenda, to the person or any person who you're asking a service from, even though you're paying the people to do it, even though you're actually paying the people to do it, you still have to make yourself servile, or else they will not do it because that they're going along with the agenda of keeping you in a servile position. So this is the whole idea of this targeting program. So and as I demonstrated, it's done using technology. It's done using words. It's done using physical harassment, um, in attitudes towards you, in impoverishment, intentional impoverishment. It's done in a lot of ways. And the whole idea, again, as I said, it is for you to internalize it, to internalize it. Um, it's not only a violation against human rights, it's a violation against um, your right to exist. I mean, the whole agenda is so diabolically evil and satanic that it's not a normal quote unquote crime, if there is such a thing. Um, it's a well thought out plan based on satanic beliefs to degrade, dehumanize, impoverish, keep servile, use in every which way possible, and then disposed of. Used, tortured, and disposed of. And Satanism preaches torture. Satanism preaches sucking, excuse me for the terminology, but I can't think of anything else that's probably more appropriate. But the idea is to suck the lifeblood out of you, literally, to get the blood out of your body, literally, and also your energy out of your body, literally. So I studied a little bit about these satanic practices because I wanted to understand it. And I was reading, somebody made a comment, whether it's true or not, the person was giving an opinion. And they threw the thought out there that stated that is it possible that so many people lose their kidneys and causing them to go on dialysis because maybe their names are on the list and they're targeted this way, and the satanic agenda is to get the blood out of your body. I mean, what a thing to think of. Number one, I couldn't even possibly think about it, off it. But I mean, is it possible? I mean, everything and anything is possible given a satanic agenda. Is it possible that people are intentionally put into medical situations in order for satanic criminals to enjoy their torture, like being put on dialysis, for instance, or being put into an operating table, when really there's no need to create the need to go into an operating room and get cut up and then have mistakes made by doctors who are also satanic. And there is another idea that I read about. Some satanic believers and practitioners become doctors because they like to cut up people. Again, Satanism, you can do anything to somebody, any horrific act, any horrific act, and get away with it under Satanism. I'm just talking. And and hopefully generate awareness about how diabolical some of these conspiracies, and really it's a conspiracy for people to enjoy others' pain. Jimmy Savile, he was put in charge of a psych ward and had access to kids, young women who had no credibility because they were already committed. And he was given keys. So I'm just saying, talk 10 at a time.